The wind moves slowly across the dunes, carrying whispers of what was and what will never be. Each grain of sand holds a memory, tiny fragments of moments we thought were eternal, but slipped quietly through our fingers, like water refusing to be held. I walk alone, and yet I am surrounded by echoes, echoes of laughter, echoes of words left unsaid, echoes of dreams that once burned brightly, but now flicker like distant stars, faint, fragile, and fading. There was a time when tomorrow felt infinite, when we believed that nothing could reach between us, and the horizon we longed for. But time is a desert of its own, stretching endlessly, erasing footprints, scattering memories, like petals carried by the wind. I remember your hand, resting lightly against mine, the weight of your gaze that said more than words ever could. We built castles from hopes, castles meant to last, beyond the rising sun, yet they crumbled quietly, leaving only shadows to haunt the spaces we once called ours. The nights are the hardest. Moonlight falls on the sand, like silver threads, tracing the contours of absence, illuminating the emptiness where your presence once lived. I call your name silently, but it dissolves in the stillness, echoing into a tomorrow that seems to have forgotten us. Yet, even in the quiet of loss, there is a strange beauty. The desert teaches patience, teaches that some things are not meant to be held, only felt. Some loves do not end, they transform, becoming whispers that travel through time, carrying a message of everything that was precious, everything we feared to lose. I see fragments of you in the shifting patterns of sand, in the light that dances on distant peaks, in the wind that bends the palms. You are everywhere, and nowhere at once, a shadow in the sunlight, a memory I can touch, only with the mind, a presence that moves through the soul, like a soft, persistent melody. Perhaps tomorrow was never meant for us. Perhaps it was always meant to be an echo, a reminder of what we loved, what we lost, and what we continue to carry, even when the world moves on. We are the keepers of our own yesterdays, the witnesses of dreams that were never fulfilled, but whose essence lingers in the quiet spaces between heartbeats. I do not mourn as I once did. I do not search for reasons. I breathe, I walk, I let the echoes surround me. They are not chains, but companions, soft, guiding voices, telling me that even in loss, even in absence, there is life. The desert teaches this lesson well. Nothing lasts forever, yet everything leaves a mark. The footprints of love, of hope, of pain, remain in ways the eyes cannot see. They echo in the heart, resonate in the soul, and travel forward to a tomorrow we may never know, but that carries the promise of something still beautiful, still worth holding, still worth remembering. So I walk onward, letting the echoes guide me, letting the wind speak what words cannot. And in that silence, I find a kind of peace, that even when all is forgotten, even when tomorrow slips away, love leaves its trace, and perhaps that is enough to carry me through another day, another night, another echo of a forgotten tomorrow. The sun rises slowly over the horizon, casting long shadows across the sand. Each ray feels like a question, each warmth like a reminder of moments that no longer exist, of days that slipped silently into the folds of memory. I wander through the echoes, touching the invisible threads that tie me to what once was. Your laughter drifts in the wind, soft as a secret, and I reach for it, but it slips through my fingers like smoke, refusing to be contained. Time has a way of bending, turning the past into a stranger, and yet I recognize you in every fleeting thought, in every quiet sigh, in every curve of the sky that reminds me of your gaze. The world moves on, but I remain suspended between yesterday and tomorrow, a traveler lost in the ruins of what we were. I remember the simplicity of your presence, the way silence could speak volumes, the way a single look could hold the weight of centuries. Now even silence carries a heaviness, a subtle ache that whispers of absence, that hums with the songs of forgotten tomorrows. The nights are empty, yet they are full of you. Your shadow moves across the dunes. Your voice dances in the air, and the moon hangs silently, watching over a world that has forgotten us, but not the echoes we left behind. Perhaps this is what it means to live with loss, to carry the invisible, to hear the unspoken, to find presence in absence, and to understand that love, once it exists, never truly leaves. It lingers, softly, persistently, like a footprint in the sand that refuses to vanish. I walk on, letting the desert guide me, letting the wind carry fragments of your memory. And though tomorrow remains uncertain, and though the world moves on without us, I find a strange comfort in the knowledge that what we shared has not disappeared. It echoes, quiet,